Brooksaw Antiques here. Today I'm going to show you how to reassemble a Underwood No. 5 desktop typewriter being shipped to the Philippines. So I took off the carriage and I took off the feet so the rubber ones don't get damaged on shipment. First thing I'm going to do is take these bolts off, and they just come right off with your fingers, and you can throw them away or keep them. They do work to help keep this typewriter sturdy, but it will scratch your table if you move around a lot. Basically, it's a bolt. These bolts are the original ones that come with this, but the rubber pieces are missing off of them. It's one of the first things that goes bad on these typewriters. So I'm going to take these good ones and I'm just going to screw them on by hand. And if it's not sturdy, then you can just take one of them and just loosen it a little bit, and there you go. You got a sturdy typewriter. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to put the carriage on. The carriage is going to be separate from the typewriter, and we have these screws that are already placed where they need to be. So just remember where they go, but they're all different sizes. So the back ones are different sizes than the front ones. So the first thing we're going to do is take these back ones off and put them to the side, and put this track onto there, and it fits right on. There's a spot an indentation that it fits right into, and you can look at it from the top and make sure that it's aligned correctly with the hole. And then we're going to put the screw in, and it's going to come with a screwdriver like this, and you can just use that screwdriver to tighten it. You don't have to tighten it too much, just enough to get it nice and tight. But if you try to over tighten it, you're gonna crack this cast iron here, which is kind of hard to do, but these are very old. So I just like to tighten it just like that. Okay, next we're gonna do is we're gonna take this screw off. This should be hand tight. You might need to use your screwdriver. So we take this off, and it's got a little backing on it that might get stuck. It's okay. We're just going to loosen this all the way. The backing on that can get stuck, but we'll show you how that works. So we take this off, and the backing just kind of like falls out, and that's the backing. That's what it screws into. And we're going to take that and this one on this side off and just set it to the side. You can tell the difference between this side. Get that off. Actually, on this model there is no difference. You can use either screw. They both are the same size. So we're going to put that to the side, and then we're going to install the carriage. This is your drawband, so this should stay attached. It's attached to this little knob, and it's got built tension already on this main spring. So we're going to leave that attached to that. That's how it's going to come. And then we're going to slide on the carriage. The carriage has these little right here where it slides into that track. So we're going to just put it on and then just kind of move it just like that. And then you're going to need to use the carriage release to get it to go further, and just kind of wobble it on there. And underneath it, it goes onto another track, but that will automatically just fall onto that once you slide it on. And then once we have that on, we're going to put on the front here. this thing, and this slides from this little, there's a little bearing right there, and we're going to slide that on, and it slides underneath that, this little thing here, and underneath this. So it slides right in there, all the way in. Just kind of wiggle it if you need to. You can, there it is. Just slide it in and line up the holes right there, and then we're going to move the carriage all the way to that side. And this is the tricky part, but it's easy once you figure it out. We're going to take this thing, this is the backing, facing that shape facing towards the inner typewriter. We're going to put it behind that hole, because this is what this screw is going to screw into. So if we put this behind the hole and you can see it line up, then you can find it and put this screw in, and it screws into this. What I like to do is use a screwdriver that I'm going to send with you, and just put it like this. And then see how that just sits there like that, and then you can line up the hole with this little piece. And if you look down in there, it's lined up and it's already set for you. Just like that. I'm going to put the screw in, and it should be able to hand tighten that if you got it set right. This might be the trickiest part, but it's so easy once you figure it out. See, now it's going in. And once you got a good thread on it, you can go ahead and tighten it with your screwdriver. And there it is, tight. We're going to put this one in. Sometimes you might need to loosen that side a little bit to get this lined up. But if it's already lined up, you're good to go. And you just tighten it. So that's tight, and that's tight on that side. So the last thing we need to do is we're going to install the drawband. So we're going to move the carriage all the way. These are your margins, so you're going to move the margins all the way to the end on both sides. We're going to move the carriage all the way to this side, and we can, just so you could see it, you could flip this. We're going to take the drawband like this. Make sure you don't lose it, because it's got tension. So if you pinch it like this and let go of it, it's going to go all the way to the end, and then you're going to have to take the carriage back off and reset it. And I can show you how to do that in another video. So we're going to do this, and it attaches right to this little screw right here. There's a little screw that it goes right into, and it just sets right into. So now you have tension on your carriage, and we're going to test it now. Now that we have it all put together, we're going to set the margins to be right here and right here, and it works. There you go. You got a safely arrived typewriter. Beautiful typewriter that arrives safe.